staff sling. I want to show you how to make one today. This is a stick we're going to use. I got a broom handle at Canadian Tire. It's not even straight, so it feels authentic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take paracord, make a basic paracord sling, attach it to this thing. The one thing, most people make staff slings long, like this, where it's got a long, like 2 long cords, instead of just a gigantic pouch. It only shows up rarely in artwork, and it's most commonly found in naval warfare, where people are throwing pots of grenades, like a pot that is a grenade, like it's full of gunpowder. But most of the staff slings you see made today just hurl rocks, and they're long strings. So I'm going to do a more historical version where it seems a smaller pouch, much further away from the top, throwing big honkin' stones. All of the concepts used to make this sling can be used to make any kind of staff sling, so don't worry. Yeah, all you're going to need, paracord, a stick, a knife, and you should be good to go. You might want tape to make a pouch, but it's unnecessary. You might want leather. I like to make my slings out of jute. And just weaving them, but that takes way too long. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm using paracord. So let's go. For the staff, I'm just gonna take off these teeth. Wait. I have no light on. Yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go. Alright. Oh my god. Yeah, that's incredibly loud. So all of that's going to be muted and have loud music on top of it. Alright, there you have the tip. Now all you need is the sling. For the slingy part, I'm going to make it out of paracord, and I want it to be a big giant pouch. You can't really see in these images, but I want it to be a gigantic pouch. So you can have the loop on there. Gonna have the retention cord here, and I don't want it this long. I want it maybe that long, but I want the pouch to be like, so let's see. I want it like half the length of this, maybe a bit more, like that. And then it's gonna take rocks like that. So, I'm gonna use this paracord here. I'm gonna show you how to make that pouch and the whole sling. What we call an L from here to here, the Romans called a cubit. So that's a cubit, and a span is your hand span. So I'm gonna do the length, 1 cubit length. So I'm gonna make my sling 1 cubit and a span. So that means that I'll need double the length. Let me see how did I do this? Okay, so what I did for this sling was take a piece here in the middle, and the pouch is gonna be 2 strings. Right, so let's just tie this off so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you make the finger loop, or it's not a finger loop, it's for the hook. You make the hook loop, so there it is, hook loop done. So that's literally what you start with. And then this length, these 2 strings, and here. And then another string this long, like there and back, will be added on the other side and go here and connect here. So these 2 strings and here, these 2 strings and here, right? Doesn't matter, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, since we're using paracord, we're gonna want a lighter because this shit frays. Cut the paracord at the length that you want, be generous, and then just make sure that it doesn't fray. And then you get another cord, same length, and you have 2 cords of that length. Cut the other side. Now, go ahead. Seal that tight. This is how you determine the size of your pouch. Put them up like this, and go, what do I want? I want my pouch to start way up here. If you see this picture, I don't think you can. I'll put it up on the screen. Look at that screen. That pouch starts really close to the hook. That's gonna be the size of our pouch. So we're gonna tie off. Here's how I am going to tie off. So we have the loop. We're going to take a string the same length as that string with the loop. We're going to tie this knot. We want this guy coming upward. So we want it coming over and under. So we want that on both sides. So we're going to do it again, the reverse. Over, under, and up. There it is. And we're just going to find even length. And then we're going to tie these two together. There we go. Make sure I'm still in frame. So we're tying these two together on the inside, in the middle. So now we want this one coming out. So it'll go over, under, and out. There's a fly on me. Let's see. It's the opposite of a granny knot. I totally forget what it's called. So then you have this situation. Now we're gonna put it on, see how big we want this pouch. I want it that big. It's a huge pouch, and then it's gonna wrap up. So that's the top of the hook. We want it about that long. Yeah, that feels right. So now down here, we're gonna tie the same knots that we tied up here. Make sure again that those middle strings are the same length, and they are actually attached to each other still. So we can cut that in half. Go ahead, melt that back together. We have the top, we have what will be the pouch, we have the bottom where we're going to attach the pole. So what we're going to do now is take another thread starting up here. Let's just start the tie. So first you tie it off up here. Okay, and you just bring that all the way down. Now you just kind of braid it through. I think it'd be a good idea to braid up here and then do this kind of pouch, but it's really not necessary. So I'm pushing the cords, this cord, I'm pushing it up against the other cords that I'm weaving it through to get it as tight as possible. I got this giant sling over here, this mega thing. I could have put that onto the staff sling and just called it a day. Maybe I should have. It's noon, and the sun's at like a 30-degree angle. Winter in Canada, man. It's funny that I've got the background music that's going to be playing to this video is actually stuck in my head. It's just like a 3-second freaking loop. God damn. Oh yeah, but then there's that nice little violin. I'm rotating down here so that I keep it flat. I want these to stay flat as I reach the end. And then when I do reach the end, I'm going to wrap around and back around. And I'm going to come all the way up this way and end up here. You don't have to do that. You can just end here and, you know, start on either side and then go across. But since I have so much length, I'm going to do that. Actually, I don't think I'm going to wrap around. I think I'm just going to go straight weave between them. I think that'll hold it up better. So, I've decided to go with that. So it's going behind 2 strings. I hope that's obvious. What's going on? I hope that's obvious. This crazy long string might have ended up being the perfect frickin' length. Okay, it stopped recording when I pulled down to look at what my battery was at because Apple. What is this? Sorry that thing was in the screen for so long. Just blame Apple. Okay, so we're almost at the end. It looks like it's worked. So this is going to be able to hold actual clay pots. That's crazy. We're going to come up the middle, just like the first one came. Then we're going to tie it to the outside. So there it is. One more go around. And then here, we'll tie it off. So it goes behind. It goes over itself. It goes under. It goes through that hole. And just pull that down here and down to there as tight as you can. Okay. Now, so what's gonna happen here is that can get cut and burnt off. And it's okay to let it burn too far onto the other rope, because then you just have a super good knot that melted onto itself. It's not going anywhere. Actually, I'm gonna do that over here too. It seems like that's gonna hold. It's too slippery. I didn't think it needed a groove, but it totally does. So, that's the top, that's how it hangs. So I'm cutting the groove there. So you go all the way around in a line. Then once you have your line, you just push into it. And then you flip it over and you cut towards the same line. Okay, and then let's just clean it up. So you don't need it to be super deep, but you just want it to be there. What's gonna happen is we're gonna take these two, send them around. And bring them through. So it becomes a slip knot. So I can pull it, and it just gets tighter. But since it's paracord, it's just going to keep on slipping forever. So I'm going to make sure it's the right length. If it is, we're just going to melt it in place, because paracord hates you. And now it's at the point that it'll actually stick to itself. So that's one of the two. So I'm gonna do it to the other side, and then we'll be done. As you can see here, if it is focusing, I can't really tell. I fixed that part as I shown, and it can slip on. This part I fixed on the same way. I just didn't carve a groove in the stick there. It's underneath, so it can go up. I don't really think it matters which side it's on. I got a big honkin' rock. Okay. There we are. Let's try it out. So there's actually a lot of really big rocks out here that seem like they're the perfect size. So I'm just gonna pull them up close to the camera, and I guess I'll throw them from near that fence into the stream, and we'll see how far it goes. Yeah, maybe this one's a bit big. It's totally too big. We're gonna throw it anyway. This one's closer to the size of a fist, a bit bigger. Ouch. I can definitely sling a stone further than that out of this thing. So I think the longer pouch for sure is for out of boats. So my guess is this gigantic pouch is for naval warfare, boat to boat, when you get close on those boats. And you can throw an explosive onto the other ship. It's in there. Maybe sit on your shoulder while you're getting ready for the ship. Maybe you just throw it from the shoulder like a shot put. Yeah, I'm only throwing it like 10 meters. Maybe 12 meters, not that far. Just for comparison. No, not even for comparison. I was gonna throw this lead shot, but we're in a neighborhood, that's not safe. Here, you can use this for comparison. That was twice the distance, I didn't even try. Definitely getting a lot more power out of this thing. Much bigger rocks, but much shorter range. Let's get some more shots.
Just use the bottom of the staff to unbury them. That's probably something they did. There we go. That was the distance of the sling. But that rock was like 5 times the size at least. This one, the size of my fist, too small. I found this pumpkin out in the field, so we're going to try tossing the pumpkin with the staff sling. I don't know how well it's going to stay in there. I don't think it really will. But let's give it a go. It worked, man! So there we have the staff sling. Some closing thoughts here. This pouch was too big, I think, for what I wanted. Even though it was the giant stones I was looking for, it didn't throw them as far as I wanted. So I think next time I'm gonna go with longer cord, maybe the same size pouch. We'll see. But yeah, that's it.